Right, so these people in this town, they basically don't seem to have much comprehension to what copying my profile for the sleep education shit is. And so this is why I tried to explain that, like, the fucking the blackmail system that they're in blocks off their ability of that profile copy even being utilizable for that purpose. So I know that basically they sit around listening to it loud, and then they like to have explanations and lectures as if they're getting sleep education. And then, you know what? Then you guys are sitting there trying to sell those as a fraudulent scam that then ends up getting people tortured. See, that right there, you dumb Mormons. You people can go to prison for that. And so most of the time that they sit, the only nobody like talks about having those speakers, and that the only place that they talk about it is once they get into their little pedo bang club or something. Then they talk about it once they get cybersecurity, and that for some reason they have like all these little ideas on how to fix the problem in it, but then they don't ever actually acknowledge having that stuff. And it stems back to basically in this town, they call anybody that has speakers a pedophile. All right. Anybody that has hearing aids connected to a dark web is what they call a pedophile. So that's why they're always never talking about it, because all of them told people that shit. And then all of them basically deny having that stuff out of fear of what they built in this town, which is everybody viewing a person as a pedophile for having, well, I mean, I use them for the sleep education project, but they view everybody as a pedophile for having them. And so that's why they don't ever admit to that stuff in a regular kind of open way. And so then, yeah, they're all suffering for, I know this is what their little weird, stupid ideas are, is that they go through a whole series of psychotic reasonings to be doing psychotic shit. They start getting torture in them. And so in the past, what they would do is they would click on my fucking profile, and then they would start torturing me in speakers, and then they would justify that turning off for them. Okay? And then it even went as far as these dumb Mormons started lying to everybody about how the CIA sent some psycho pedophile here to be tortured on. Okay? This is literally, this is the shit. This is what they tell people. All right, this is an example of what people that do pedo bangs end up doing, is they end up not realizing how fucking retarded the shit that comes out of their fucking mouth is. And so basically, these people just don't really have much of a way of actually proving that they're following any laws. And that then, since my sleep education is basically they sat there and watched in a voyeur site how I was demonstrating how a sleep education in a low volume speaker while sleeping was literally being proven to their fucking face. And so in this town, all those psychos that voyeur me all the fucking time, the ones that Lena catfished and shit, they think that somebody's their fucking slave and shit. And so that's what happens to pedobang psychos. They start acting like that shit. They start acting like somebody's switching personalities and shit, and they have the dumbest explanations to damn near anything ever. And so then the next step, or the next things that they do, is they literally are outfitting their child victims around here with these speakers. And that then they're literally, they like in the past, they tried using videos of me to be scamming these kids into getting that shit. And then they sat around having to listen to fucking lectures and shit in a loudspeaker during the middle of the night. See, that's the kind of shit that you people were on those computers doing that stuff. Okay, Aaron? And Gary? And Brent? Even you, Brandon. And see, You people are so obviously pedo-bang psycho-y. And that you people are obviously victimized those children that you guys scammed into that shit. See? Without any picture or anything, I can tell that you people did that just by that type of shit. And see, just because you guys go around, yeah, you guys were using Mopi's like ultimately retarded old idea about reposting somebody's video after it edited and calling the person a drug dealer or something. You know how fucking long that stupid fucking retarded idea has been around? A lot longer than any of you would ever seem to have any thought about. Right? So, just because some pedo-bang Cayman pedo-bang FBI guy wants to bust somebody based on some dumb old idea that they used to try and do around here in the past. Hey, it hasn't, you know, it's kind of like when you guys like had videos of me where I wasn't talking and shit, and then you guys would voice over it, and then you guys would command around some sort of drug route or something. That shit. You people are fucking retarded. Retarded as fuck. And any dumb Cayman pedo-bang FBI agent that thinks that he can get his little case to work in that way is just a stupid, washed up 1990s pedo-banger that's still trying to sit around doing a very old setup method. So, if you guys fell for your guys' own fucking scams, that's your guys' own fault. I explain what you guys' problem is, and then nobody can get access to your guys' pedo-bang fucking system. Because you people made it to where you guys literally had to do the 9 gates of fucking hell satanic rituals out at Milk Creek just to be able to get into that. So, if you guys don't know how to press the fucking buttons without breaking a fucking law, see, this is where I know that they're on the path. This is how I know that they went around, they pissed off like literally every single satanic S&M on dark web. And that those people, they're just as kind of psycho-y as all of you. And that you people are really dumb and retarded. And this is how I know that basically if they don't get a surgical removing of that shit, and that's going to require them to admit to that stuff. And then all these doctors at these hospitals that put that shit in, not one of them is going to admit to doing that. They'll be running their, denial stuff. They will. This is what you people built here. Those doctors that were putting in that fucking cochlear implant speaker shit on all of you, they will not admit to doing that. Because any doctor that ends up being that, where'd you guys get those? That's a patent. That's a prototype. Where'd you guys get those prototypes? And see, that's malpractice. You guys weren't doing it in under any type of surgical or like any type of agreement. You guys didn't. So just realize that your guys' infrastructure of denial of the fucking speakers in this town will be used on all of you. Those doctors have those speakers. They'll get tortured for not doing their denial shit. And so, even the dumb Mormon at Trios and shit, he won't be able to admit to doing that stuff. And so, the other thing is you people are in a satanic S&M, okay? And that nobody is technically allowed to remove those. And so, this is what I'm getting at. You people need to go through a very real avenue of removing that stuff, because that shit that you guys did is going to push all of you into suicide. It really will. Now, you people should take this seriously. The National Security Agency cannot get in to your guys' development database. And that just because a bunch of fucking sociopaths messed up really bad, they're not going to go rape and kill children at a fucking camp to help any of you. That's basically it. You people, you people have put yourselves in a position to where people would literally have to rape and kill people just to be able to fix you guys' little speaker problem. Okay? And so, if it's building to the nanopop, I warned you people a long time ago. I know where this all ends because essentially you people do what used to just be like one person. And you people do all the stuff that pisses off and violates every rule of every S&Ms and shit on the dark web that has. There's people all over the world that have those speakers that have no problem in a satanic S&M system on dark web with those speakers. But those people follow laws. Those people follow the rules. Those people don't go around ripping off geniuses and shit. Those people don't go around torturing people in pedophiles. That's what you people do. And so, if you guys went around, nobody's going to help any of you. Those people in those other S&Ms literally will not help any of you. And they're not required to do shit for any of you. So when you guys start getting your guys' weird problem with entitlement and shit, and where you guys think that everybody should be your guys' bitch, you pissed off anybody that would potentially be able to fix that shit. See, there'll be people that wouldn't necessarily have to do that. They won't subject themselves to the sound torture. See, there's other people in satanic S&M that literally would be screamed in their fucking head for fixing that stuff. Nobody's gonna subject themselves to screaming in their head until they fucking commit suicide. That's literally what all the other developers that would be able to fix that stuff. That's literally what they'll be subjected to, okay? They get told that. Oh yeah, it gets the blinks and shit. It does. So, that's why I say, these like weird Dumborians that went to Moab and shit, those people, they'll get screamed in their fucking head into dying for fixing your guys' speakers and shit. So, that's why I say, you people need to be more open, more honest, and you people probably should like approach the real government. Mormon does not have any ability to be fixing anything. They would be held under the same rules as any other fucking satanic S&M development group. See, you people pissed off so many fucking people that now this is what came of that. So, if your guys is acing the whole sleep education, like making me your bitch idea by stealing my profile and getting away with perfect crime and shit, now you guys are probably going to be having to listen to loud audios because you're ripping off my shit. See, the reason that I wouldn't ever use those lower systems is because it would pipe in loud audios while sleeping, and then I wouldn't be able to sleep. And see, all of you are just so used to just going around doing whatever the fuck you want that you guys sit around blaming other people for your guys' little fucking problems and shit. And then, yeah, the moment that you people want to know how to use that profile, pay me. Or the very first block gets put as theft. And that's like, it's not a blackmail, it's just it prevents you guys from having the silent aspects for ripping it off. That's how it works. And that if that's the last little profile for that speaker, it's not my problem. You people have been such a psycho at me for so many fucking years. I don't give a fuck about you down there in the South. You know what you did? He took the things that I care about the most away. And you think I'm gonna give a fuck about you? I won't. You chose the wrong person to be fucking with. That's your guys' fault. Okay? Down there in the South. And that, yeah, I care about one of you. And that, yeah, she probably doesn't have that problem. And you see that I don't care about your guys' whiny expectation of fairness and shit. Fuck you. Don't rip off my shit. She paid in her way. And then if she has that speaker shit, then it's supposed to be silent, and as long as she doesn't fuck anybody or hey, you know, if she has that issue, then that's like where that is why nobody was supposed to be fucking with that shit. Hey. This is why I would never want her to be using that until I get it finalized and fixed and shit. Until I figure out all the aspects to it and shit. See, what you people do is think that you're smarter than me. This is your guys' biggest fucking problem. My profile is for me, and I'm building a development of it. If you guys are just gonna come in with you guys' 50th grade cut bitch fucking copy paste bitch shit, your guys' own problem. And I could give a fuck less about you, specifically, little pedophile. And the rest of you that basically orchestrated a whole lying and manipulation to Lena and shit, fuck you. I will not help you people whatsoever. Not one of you. So, you see how all of you guys circle around, and at the other end, whose fucking help do you need after making me hate you? Mine.